So, shout out to the last crucible. But I see this a lot. Just rebellious black men. I see it a lot. Cause see, I grew up in a single mother led household. My mom was she picked up on them government incentives such as HUD, WIC, public housing. My mom and my aunties, they were waiting and ready to get that public housing. They used to talk about it for years and years upon end. Like, man, I can't wait till I get my Section 8 and Section 8 this and Section 8 that. My mom and aunties, they used to get like $700-800 worth of food stamps and go sell them for crack, for drugs. Crazy, my man. Like crazy. So when it comes down to black men being rebellious and not wanting to abide by the law, in a sense, you can look back at their mothers. Because it's almost like, as police, like, as cops, when it comes down to police brutality, we know that living in America, living in this white supremacist country, they don't have our best intentions. And moreover, they want the downfall of the black man. They don't want you to succeed. So they set up certain barriers and they put certain things in place so the black man can be disenfranchised, the black man can succeed. This country was founded off the backs of slaves in this country, our ancestors. You see? In a sense, I'm more for that Malcolm X approach. Like I think desegregation, that's where it's at. That's where it's been. That's where it should be. Because as black people, we can't mingle with white people. We just can't. Now that women are hot, yeah. As a matter of fact, to be honest, that's all I fool around with is white. Just because black women are just so daggone rebellious. They get upset when black men go and date out. But you, as a woman, you just have this reprobate mind. You're extremely rebellious. And in a sense, this is what you bring in. Like, single mothers in black communities, Compton, LA, Chicago, Atlanta, they bring up rebellious black men. Because just like my boy Crucible said, it's almost like the police, they're functioning as like an overseer / father. They're just doing their job. So when it comes down to black men getting pulled over, police brutality, like I've seen a lot of cases. I've seen some of these cases as to where, either like Mike Brown, a lot of these cases as to where black men, they get stopped and then they just become contentious with the police and cantankerous, all of this other stuff, just like a woman. Just this feminine energy that they give off versus just being calm. Scooby, what are you doing? Why you bring your bone out here, man? But so just a lot of young black men. See, when a young black man is raised in a household as to where he has no father, he doesn't go bring your bone back in here. Go bring it back in here. Come on back. Come here. But when a young black man is raised in a household as to where it's like he doesn't have his father, and I'm talking about a patriarchal father who's not there to teach him how to deal with women, who's not there to teach him how to abide by the law, go to work on time, keep a job, monkey branch from job to job, not just quit a job. Don't do that, because when it comes down to working, you want a monkey branch. You just don't want to quit a job. No, you just don't want to do that. But when you have a young black man who doesn't have his father, a patriarchal father, because you have a lot of young black women, young black men who have their fathers in the household, but the father is passive. He doesn't discipline them and stuff like that. Like this guy, like he's passive. The woman has the power in a relationship. Your children, the young black man and young black woman, they could become rebellious as well. No order, no principles, no structure. They can become weak. It's a possibility that they can become gay. All this crazy stuff happens when there is no patriarchal father in that household. Fathers are better caretakers than women any day, every day, any day. See? And so I look at like a lot of like some of the guys I used to fool around with when I used to do this and that, do this and that when I was young, even in high school. I joined the gang. I'm sagging my pants, all of this other stuff. I would actually get on a woman's level as far as arguing, going back and forth with a woman, because I didn't know no better. Like I thought just being like this was the end all be all with women and with authority, becoming all emotional, arguing, going back and forth. Now that I know better, I don't go back and forth with women. I talk to women online, or I'll text a woman. She'll disagree with me. I'll state my piece, and I'll try to move on. If she keep touching on that particular subject, this one woman tried to get me to apologize. Yesterday? I told her I was gonna call her. I didn't call her. I told her where I just fell asleep, and she tried to go off, and like tried to get me to apologize. And I said, listen, if you keep harping on this situation, I'm just gonna go away. Bottom line. She was like, all right, bye. I was like, okay, bye. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna start cussing with you and this and that. No, I'm not gonna get emotional with you. As women, as patriarchal men, we're supposed to look at women like they're children. That's all they are. They're children with tits. You see, this is how you deal with women. You don't have no time for the bull crap. No. A lot of us men, we'll sit up here and we'll go back and forth with the woman, arguing back and forth with the woman. Because when we coming up, we seeing our mom going back and forth with males, not respecting authority. As far as black women, they just don't respect authority. So then it's the trickle down effect. Young black men, they start to do the same daggone thing. They start to do the same thing. And this is a problem. And not saying that, black man should get killed for being emotional and this and that, but I see why some black men, they get shot. I see why, because the energy that they give off with the George Floyd situation, he kind of became hostile. I seen when they put him in cuffs, and it was another guy on the sideline. He was yelling to him. He was trying to let him know, like, listen, man, stop trying to resist. But this guy, he was off drugs. Now, I'm not taking away the fact that he shouldn't have got killed. No, I'm just talking about the vibes that this particular black man was giving off. He was high off of drugs. He was resisting. That's a problem. This white man, like he could care less about your life. He'll kill you in the blink of an eye, and then they'll cover it up very easily. You see? Black man, your life don't matter. They say all black lives matter. Black lives matter. No, black men lives don't matter. You see, black women, they don't go through what we go through as black heterosexual men. They don't. I posted that in one of the guys' comment section, and it was it was a few women. They jumped all over me in the comment section. They were like, "Oh, you trying to belittle the struggle of black women and this and that, this and that." I didn't go back and forth with them. I made my statement. I got a couple likes from guys, from other black men. I think it was Professor Black Truth's video, one of his videos. And I'm talking about where women attacked me. Like, it was one brother who agreed with me, but it was like 3 or 4 comments from 3 or 4 different women. They was coming down with the hammer on me. But I'm not going to go back and forth with these women. I got, and in a sense, that's why I really don't fool around with black women. Like, most of my black female cousins, I don't like to hang out with them or be around with them and fool around with them. And to be honest, I don't. I just hang out alone because I hate, like, beta male cuck type of behavior. Like, I hate when guys simp. Even when some of my cousins come around that are Pookie and Ray Rays, Like I see him simping, I just kind of hate it. But like I want to say something to these dudes, but I just don't. Like I hate it. So I said to myself, it's like I won't go around them and I won't hang out with them, because it's just a problem, and it's just it's just perpetuating black female effery. And, you know, when you deal with women like this and you allow a woman to do anything she wants to do, you are creating just a truculent woman. This is what you're creating when you come off as a passive type of guy. When it comes down to women, you have to be stern. And when it comes down to the law of this land, unfortunately, I'm afraid, brothers, but you have to respect it until we can get out of here. Until us as brothers ready to band together and coalesce and come at this white man with power, with guns, until we willing to die, in a sense, you're gonna have to coalesce. I mean, you're gonna have to, in a sense, submit. It's just how it is. And deep down, as I ruminate about it, I have a problem with anybody else besides a heterosexual black man. Like I have a problem, well, specifically Caucasian white men. I have a problem with them telling me what to do, but I do it. I get it done. I don't want to create problems or drama, so I get it done. But as far like on the job, I do what my boss and stuff say, but I say to myself, it's like their agenda for me as a black man is just not good. But I still do what they say, like I still follow instructions and I follow directions. I do what I'm supposed to do. And in a sense, I didn't learn this from my dad. It's just, because my dad, he was in our jail all his life. I don't see the guys. It's all bad. But just hanging around, being in this environment. Where I grew up at Louisville, Kentucky, it was kind of rough. I was in a gang, fooling around with drugs, all this other stuff. But I'm here in a sense. I'm in this military town, so they're kind of teaching. They kind of teach men like it's peaceful and it's quiet. Like it's not trouble, it's not drama. So in a sense, you can learn from that. But yeah, I see when it comes down to black women and they come to a place like this, they still just tend to create drama. And women like that, I'd stay away from them. When it comes down to dating, that's all I'm dating is white women. And if I come in contact with a white woman who acts what they call so-called black, I wouldn't say black, just ignorant, I don't fool around with her. I might as well just go off and date a black woman, right? Yeah, yeah. It's sad that it's like this, but us as brothers, we have to be able to use our intuition and just know that living in this white supremacist society, white people, like, they just don't have our best intentions, and yeah, that's a big deal. As I sit back and I think about what black men and what black women go through. Of course, black men are going through way much more. As I look at this country, it's like an anti-male, an anti-black male type of society that we live in. To a certain degree, it's like you can go and take a leak, and take a piss, and they will put you on this sex predators list. Like, you can do one of the smallest things, one of the minute things, and they will just ostracize you. All men in America, they almost look at all men as like they're grapists, like they grape women, pedophiles, all this. This is how they look at all men. They try to extort men for money. Just so much things that we have to deal with as heterosexual black men versus women. So much that we have to deal with. See, it's almost like, and the black man is a threat to white men. When a lot of these white men look at us, they're kind of afraid. Like they're apprehensive about uh, you know, just looking at a black man the wrong way. You see, it's not like that when it comes down to women. So it's almost like white men, they have to subjugate us. They don't want us to be. This is why you see some of these celebrities. Like my favorite um, comedian was my boy Martin, and in a sense, that's where I kind of get my YouTube name from, Marty Martin. But they put him in a dress and a skirt. Will Smith, they just, man, they just, that when he allowed that woman to totally emasculate him. You see, and just out of control. And see, this is what happens when you don't control your women. His wife, Jada Pinkett, she's a succubus. She's the worst. This is what happens when you don't control your women, and when you don't come off as a patriarchal male. When you don't have control in your household, this is what happens. When you are a passive man, this is what happens. See, you have brothers like us, just a lot of us heterosexual black brothers who know better, brothers who are out here on YouTube. The best place to be in life right now is single. Because these women out here, they feminist, they don't like order, they no, they want to do what they want to do, they want to go where they want to go, they want to say what they want to say, they want to wear what they want to wear, they want to have babies out of wedlock, they want to do all this other stuff, they want to be single mothers, they want to be career-minded. And by the way, a career-minded woman doesn't make a great wife. She doesn't. See? Because, she's not worried about you and them kids, man. She's worried about her career. Or let's say, even if she's worried about her kids in her career, she's not worried about you. Not a husband. She's not worried about you. Nah. She's worried about making her money, being a feminist, and her kids. And in a sense, if you think deeply about it, she's not even a good mother. She's not. Because there isn't a father in the household. She kicked the father out of the household. She's not even a good mother if she's a single mother. Unless her husband died, and that's biblical. You see? There's no order in the household if the man is not there. And I want to touch on something that my boy touched on in one of his older videos. He was just talking about, I'm going to try to articulate this as best as I can. I'm pretty sure he took that video down, but it was something that resonated with me deeply and had me thinking about it for a few days. When it comes down to women, they don't teach young men, like when it comes down to men and women, black men and women, for most of them, they'll teach young black men how to almost kind of like worship and cater to black women when it comes down to a marriage or a relationship, when they're about to get married and be in a relationship, when it's almost like you're supposed to teach the young black man how to be patriarchal and lead and be masculine. They don't teach that. Black women and us as black women and black men, we don't teach that when it comes down to entering a relationship or a marriage. They'll teach us, in a sense, almost like how to kind of submit and put a woman on a pedestal. We bowing on one knee, and we're not holding the woman specifically accountable. We're not doing that. So in a sense, there is no other option. All we're doing is teaching the woman. We're just, man, what is going on? But yeah, and when it comes down to a young black woman, we don't teach, like black men and black women, they don't teach the young black woman how to be submissive and be a wife. They teach her, they would tell her, okay, well, a black man is supposed to treat you like this and treat you like that and treat you like that. They don't teach young black men how to be, young black women how to be wives, excuse me. They don't teach that. They don't put that in their brains. And that's one of the main problems. That's a conundrum right there. So this is another reason as to why black women aren't feminine. They don't know how to be girly. They don't know how to be submissive. They think in a solipsistic way. Like the black man should be for me. That's my man. He's supposed to bow down to me. It's just totally reversed, man. It's just totally reversed. See, they teach the young black man what they're supposed to be teaching the woman. And they teach the woman what they're supposed to teach the black man. This is insane. This is insane. It's all topsy-turvy. It's a sad deal. They teaching the young black man how to do this and that for the woman, do all this for the woman, do this for the woman, do that for the woman, do this for the woman. And in a sense, indirectly, they teach the young black woman, okay, the man's supposed to do this for you, do that for you. Girl, he's supposed to do this. Girl, if he ain't this. Girl, if he ain't that, he's supposed to do this and he's supposed to do that. Totally reversed. They teaching young black men to be submissive. This is what they're teaching. They're teaching us to be soft, passive, and weak. This is what they teach in our communities. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not for integration. I'm not for it, man. I'm not. As I look at the state and the disposition of us as black people, this is why I'm not for integration. We in America and we adopt their laws. White people, they lie to us about everything. They cheat and they steal. They do all this bad stuff. And then we would try to live by the white man's standards. Oh, monogamy. Monogamy is the way. So many women supporting monogamy and equality. All of this stuff. And as we see, it's detrimental to the black community. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, man. Adopt the 5 steps. And accept a moral code. A lot of us, there's a lot of things that we shouldn't be doing because it's detrimental to us as black people. I forgot my, Mental OG. Shout out to Mental OG, my boy. Shout out to him, man. Adopt the 5 steps. Get on the moral code. We need to get on it. No smoking. No drinking. Stay out of trouble. We need to adopt these moral codes. Staying out of trouble. A lot of us brothers, we just go out looking for trouble and we find trouble. You see the music that they pump out, these white superiors and these white producers. It's almost like you become a rapper. If you're not talking about shooting, having sex with a whole bunch of cheap sex with a whole bunch of women, impregnating them, getting them pregnant, selling drugs, selling poison to your people, you're not going to be a successful rapper. It's sad, man. All rappers are simps, by the way, anyway. You are in strip clubs, Drake and Lil Wayne, all these guys paying women's rent for just being a woman. You financially incentivizing a woman just because she's a woman. It's sad. That's sad, man. That's really, really sad. And the white man, the Caucasoid, he's pushing this narrative. This is what he's pushing. Snitching. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. This is why black people must not integrate with white people. It's just a problem. It's a major problem. You got like situations like the R. Kelly case, the Bill Cosby case, that white people will lie to black people about these men. They will lie to black people about these men. And then I hear some black women on the job. care what black women say anyway. But you even hear some black men start to talk down about R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. You hear it. It was this one black bodybuilder, and I think I told you guys this story. He was he came into contact with this one white woman or something. She just came in his room for a small amount of time or something, and all of a sudden, she just walked out and filed rape charges. That's crazy. That's crazy. So they took all of his endorsements away and all of this other stuff, man. You can say she ruined him. It's sad, man. It's sad. And you got black people out there who don't know no better. They'll take the side of the white man against R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, destroying the image of the black man. Destroying the image of the black man. It's a sad deal. It's deep. I know I kind of went down in this rabbit hole, but you know, sometimes when you start talking, you go on this soliloquy or a screed or a rant, you know. But that's cool too. But I'm gonna get on out of here, man.